The air crackled with static, punctuated by the urgent staccato of a police dispatcher's voice. A red sports car, a stolen Porsche 911, blazed a trail of chaos through downtown Los Angeles. Each turn of the wheel, every blurred traffic light, was a middle finger to the law, a gasoline-fueled rebellion against the mundane. Behind the wheel, a young man, barely out of his teens, felt the intoxicating rush of adrenaline, the thrill of living life at the edge of a knife. He was Icarus, soaring too close to the sun, the asphalt melting beneath him. But Nemesis was on his tail. Two police cruisers, their sirens wailing like banshees, pursued the Porsche with grim determination. The officers inside, veterans of countless chases, knew the dance all too well, the delicate ballet of speed and strategy, of risk and responsibility. Their eyes darted between the road ahead and the speedometer, their hands moving with practiced precision on the wheel and radio. This was not a Hollywood action movie where physics bent to the will of the director. This was real life, with real consequences where a wrong move, a miscalculation, could end in tragedy. This was the raw, visceral reality of a high-speed police chase, a deadly game of cat and mouse played out on the asphalt arteries of a bustling city. What drives an individual to risk it all, to push the pedal to the metal and flee from the long arm of the law? The answers are as varied as the faces behind the wheel. For some, it's a moment of panic, a desperate attempt to outrun a past littered with bad decisions and poor choices. A suspended license, an outstanding warrant, a trunk full of illicit substances, these can all transform a routine traffic stop into a frantic flight from justice. Others are fueled by a sense of invincibility, a dangerous cocktail of adrenaline and youthful bravado. They see the flashing lights in their rearview mirror as a challenge, a test of their driving skills and their nerve. The world becomes a video game, the police cars mere obstacles to be outmaneuvered, the pedestrians and fellow motorists nothing more than faceless NPCs. And then, there are those who are driven by a deep-seated disdain for authority, a simmering resentment against the very fabric of society. They see the police as oppressors, as symbols of a system that has failed them. For them, the act of outrunning the law is a twisted form of empowerment, a way to strike back at a world they believe has wronged them. This is not just about escaping punishment, it's about making a statement, however misguided or destructive it may be. Tasked with the unenviable job of apprehending these reckless drivers are the men and women of law enforcement. They are the guardians of the asphalt jungle, the thin blue line that stands between order and chaos. Their training is rigorous, their instincts honed through countless hours of simulations and real-world experience. They understand the physics of high-speed pursuit, the delicate balance between pressure and restraint, the need to apprehend the suspect while minimizing the risk to themselves and the public. Their arsenal is a mix of technology and tactics. Patrol cars equipped with powerful engines and state-of-the-art communication systems allow them to keep pace with even the fastest vehicles. Helicopters, hovering overhead like birds of prey, provide a bird's-eye view of the chase, relaying crucial information to officers on the ground. And then there are the less glamorous but equally effective tools of the trade, spike strips, designed to puncture the tires of fleeing vehicles, and the pit maneuver, a precision driving technique used to spin a car out of control. But beyond the hardware and the tactics, it's the judgment of the officers that truly matters. They must constantly assess the situation, weighing the risks and benefits of continuing the pursuit. Is the suspect armed and dangerous? Is the traffic too heavy? Is the risk to innocent bystanders too great? These are life and death decisions made in the heat of the moment with no room for error. The annals of law enforcement are filled with stories of epic police chases, stories that capture the raw terror and adrenaline-fueled excitement of these high-stakes encounters. One such chase, etched in the collective memory of Los Angeles, involved a white Ford Bronco careening down the freeway, pursued by a phalanx of police cruisers. Inside the Bronco, O.J. Simpson, a fallen football star, held police at bay in a slow-speed chase that captivated the nation. Another chase, this one a blur of speed and recklessness, played out on the streets of New York City. A stolen taxi driven by a man high on PCP became a missile, weaving through traffic, narrowly missing pedestrians, leaving a trail of crumpled metal and shattered nerves in its wake. The chase ended only when the taxi, its tires shredded by spike strips, crashed into a parked car, the impact throwing the driver through the windshield. These are just two examples of the countless police chases that occur every year across the globe. Each chase is a story unto itself, a unique and unpredictable drama that unfolds at breakneck speed. And while the details may differ, the underlying theme remains the same: a battle of wills between those who seek to outrun the law and those sworn to uphold it. Section 5. The high cost of pursuit. The thrill of the chase, the adrenaline rush of speed and danger, often overshadows a stark reality. Police pursuits are inherently dangerous. For the officers involved, the risks are all too real. High-speed driving, even with specialized training, is fraught with peril. Collisions, often at high speeds, are an occupational hazard, and even minor accidents can have life-altering consequences. But the risks extend far beyond the police. Innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire of a high-speed pursuit often pay the ultimate price. Their cars are smashed, their lives upended, sometimes tragically cut short, all because someone decided to evade arrest. The emotional toll on these victims, the families torn apart by the reckless actions of fleeing suspects, is immeasurable. And then, there's the cost to society as a whole. Damaged property, medical expenses, and lost productivity all contribute to the economic burden of police chases. The legal ramifications, the lawsuits filed by injured parties, can drag on for years, costing taxpayers millions. The pursuit of justice, it seems, often comes with a hefty price tag. Section 6. The Thin Blue Line, Guardians of Order. Despite the risks, the men and women of law enforcement continue to put their lives on the line every day, pursuing reckless drivers and upholding the rule of law. They do so out of a sense of duty, a deep-seated belief that the safety and security of their communities depend on it. They are the thin blue line that separates order from chaos, the guardians of our streets and highways. Their job is not an easy one. They face danger on a daily basis, often making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between life and death. They are criticized by some for being too aggressive, condemned by others for not doing enough. Yet, day after day, they suit up and answer the call, putting themselves in harm's way to protect the public. It is easy to forget the sacrifices they make, the risks they take, when we are not the ones staring down a speeding car, our hearts pounding in our chests. But their courage and dedication deserve our respect and admiration. They are the unsung heroes of our streets, the guardians of order in a world that often seems intent on spinning out of control. Section 7. The Bystander's Dilemma, Caught in the Crossfire. While the police and the pursued are the main players in the drama of a high-speed chase, there's a third, often overlooked group, the bystanders. These are the everyday citizens going about their daily lives, driving to work, picking up groceries, or walking their dogs, suddenly thrust into a real-life action movie without their consent. For them, the experience can be terrifying. The roar of engines, the screech of tires, the flashing lights and blaring sirens, it's a sensory overload that triggers a primal fight-or-flight response. In those heart-stopping moments, they are forced to make split-second decisions, pull over and pray, swerve out of the way, or freeze in place, hoping against hope that they won't become collateral damage. The psychological impact on bystanders can be lasting. The trauma of witnessing a high-speed chase, the fear of being caught in the crossfire, can linger long after the sirens have faded and the wreckage has been cleared. It's a stark reminder that even in the relative safety of our daily routines, danger can erupt at any moment, turning the familiar into a terrifying fight for survival. Section 8. The Need for Speed, a Shared Responsibility. The allure of speed, the adrenaline rush of pushing a car to its limits, is a powerful force. But with that power comes responsibility, a responsibility to ourselves, to those we share the road with, and to the law enforcement officers tasked with maintaining order on our streets and highways. Reducing the number of high-speed chases requires a multifaceted approach. Law enforcement agencies must continually evaluate and refine their pursuit policies, striking a balance between apprehending suspects and protecting public safety. Technology such as GPS tracking and remote vehicle immobilization systems can play a role in reducing the need for dangerous high-speed pursuits. But perhaps the most important factor is a change in attitude. We, as a society, need to reject the glorification of reckless driving and promote a culture of responsible driving. Parents, educators, and community leaders all have a role to play in instilling in our youth the importance of obeying traffic laws and respecting the potentially deadly consequences of speeding and reckless driving. The need for speed may be hardwired into some, but the need for safety, for ourselves and for others, should always take precedence. The next time you feel the urge to put the pedal to the metal, remember that the thrill of the moment is not worth risking your life or the lives of others. Let us make our roads a place where the only chases are those played out on video game consoles, not in real life with real consequences.